Well, hi there. It's Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you've come by. Today is November 17th, and this marks the 2-month period from when I finally posted my first video, which was titled Hit Record. And it is the first video in a series that I am continuing to add to on my channel called How I'm Starting a YouTube Channel in Midlife with No Experience. And I am really excited to be posting this video. This is such a milestone, and I wanted to celebrate it, and I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you what I've learned so far. What has this experience been like for me? And if this is the first video you've ever seen of mine, I am somebody who wanted to start a YouTube channel for 5 years, and I kept putting it off and putting it off. I had a lot of self-imposed limiting beliefs, from I'm introverted, I have a really small circle in my life, and I thought, how on earth are you going to get on YouTube and connect with people when you're just so introverted and reserved? I don't know. There's something really special about YouTube that makes it easy for introverts to connect. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. Not only for an introvert as a consumer of YouTube, but also for an introvert who does now produce YouTube content. And I'm going to have a video coming out on that soon. But that was one of them. My other things is I just wasn't good enough. I come to you at 53 years old. I have a lot of great in my life, but because I'm a human, I feel like I have failings. My life isn't perfect. Whose is? But I don't judge anybody nearly as harshly as I judge myself, and maybe you felt that too. And I think when you get ready to step in front of a camera and to present yourself, and I think especially under the lifestyle umbrella, that's so general. I'm not just teaching you how to pour the perfect cup of coffee, and that's all we're going to talk about is coffee. I'm coming to you wanting to share my life and my experiences. I love collecting wisdom, and I love learning from as many people as I can, and I'm always on a quest searching for just tips and tricks and ideas and things that I can apply to my life to improve myself. That way I can be more of a blessing to those in my life. And, of course I'm not perfect. And that was one of the things that held me back. I always said, this was a phrase of mine, and, words are powerful. And I am learning in my 53 years of life to really pay attention to the words that I'm using, even when I'm using it kind of in a humorous way, a little self-deprecating humor. I've always been kind of that way, a little bit dry, a little bit witty. But even in that delivery form, humor, it does build a wall. And I always said I had a face for radio, but not the voice, because I could never stand the sound of my voice. And I have very strong features. Although I'm about to get work done on this. Today's Sunday, November 17th, on November 21st, it'll be revision. This wasn't the desired cosmetic outcome, my friends, when I first had my cosmetic surgery done in May of 2023. So, and I'm getting some, I can't cry. You know what it is I had trigger finger surgery. I had to have these 3 fingers done and these 3, and I had it all done this year. And I'm like, why can't I cross my fingers? That's because these are a little stiff. But anyway, I have stronger features. I'm not a supermodel. And we all know the beautiful people out there in the world, they can model, like the light just hits their features in just the right way. I have very strong features. I'm very angular. I'm very Italian French. And, that was something that held me back. I thought, I don't know if I want to put my face on YouTube. And all at the same time that I had these limiting beliefs, I also, and I'm a person of faith, I love Jesus Christ. And as a Christian, I felt that God had put it on my heart that I was meant to get onto YouTube because I really love sharing. I love to give words of affirmation. I love encouraging. I love being a cheerleader. I want to be a friend and a comfort to people who cannot leave their homes or who are recovering from like surgeries or just struggle with long-term illnesses. That's always been a desire of mine because I have found myself very much going through months of recoveries from surgery. I have upper and lower back fusions. I know what it's like to be in physical pain. I know what it's like to, especially when you're recovering, there's just a lot of fatigue involved. And I always hoped that my videos would feel like a friend, or they could be uplifting, or as a person of faith, I want to shine my light and share my faith. And by the way, I want to take a sip. So first of all, I've got 2 mugs today. Did I say that I'm coming from a hotel room? I don't know if I did. I am attending day 4 of my dream to attend a Tony Robbins event, and I'm doing it in Zoom. And if this is the first time you're here, I'm coming to you from Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm in a hotel room. I'll be here a total of 5 nights. So it's 5 nights, 4 days. And today is day 4. We're on a break and it has been epic. It was a dream. So the first mug, because yesterday I had to get up at 2 a.m. to be ready for the conference at 3:45. Today it was at 4:45. So I was up at 3. I've got Celsius. We're backwards because you're facing me, but a little 200 milligrams of caffeine, and I've been nursing on this all morning, and honestly it has really helped give me the energy. Last night there was a Pitbull concert, and I mean these are 12 plus hours a day. It's been epic. But anyway, I'm coming to you from a hotel room, so I've got my Celsius, but it tastes very sweet. It's only 10 calories, but anyway, and I've also got my water. Okay, so, and I've got some notes I jotted down this morning. Now, so perfection, of course, was one of the things that held me back in my channel for even stepping into my channel. And if you were like me, crush that goal. Just do it anyway. And that is what I finally had to do to finally step into starting my YouTube channel. Was I just had to step into the fact that I'm absolutely going to be a little rough around the edges, that I love my title, how I'm starting a YouTube channel in midlife with no experience, because that's honest. And that's just where I'm at, and I just decided to go for it. So I hope if you, in these videos, are they perfected? Absolutely not. And I'm at 2 months into my YouTube channel, am I perfected? Oh, not even close. But you know what? It's okay. And also another thing I thought, oh yeah, so I have here some of my notes. I'll kind of read them. Yeah, so I learned to put aside perfection and just hit record. And great things will come when you just kind of go for it. And I have this note here. So I remember actually the very first video I produced, and it wasn't for YouTube. I have been a follower of Angie Belmar. You can find her here on YouTube. She's awesome. She used to be like the #1 Beachbody coach on the globe, but Beachbody, I guess, is no longer doing their thing. But she also has an incredible planner. It's like the disc bound systems where you can remove covers. And she has always been a planner, and people always asked her how she was so successful, because they were like multimillionaires, her and her husband, both very successful in the Beachbody world, both coaches, from nothing to everything. They actually were Tony Robbins followers. Speaking of, I'm attending a Tony Robbins event. Their parents, who are very successful financial entrepreneurs, also attended Tony Robbins. I can't wait for more in my future. And I think also too, in stepping into anything like this, and for me, I've been a homemaker. for over 30 years. And I've never taken any type of business or coaching until just this year. I started with Mel Robbins, epic, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But even just personal coaching, going to seminars, it takes you out of your day-to-day life and brings in something into your life that has the potential to change you, because you're probably going to learn a thing or two that you didn't know before, and you'll have like an aha moment or something. But so Angie Belmar has this incredible product. It's called the Daily Grind Planner. She also has the Daily Home. Well, when they were just first starting out with their company, and she went to school for architecture, so she's very, very crafty and creative. She loves Disney and has all these like really cool themes. Well, she had her and her team now were getting ready to launch a fall bundle, and this was last year in 2023. So autumn 2023, they were going to be launching the fall bundle for the Daily Grind planning system, which is based off of the 12-week year. And it's like 3 removable covers, and they're really beautiful. Page dividers and stickers and all the kind of fun stuff if you like planning with that type of thing. And they were going to pick 3 winners. But what you had to do is you had to film a video and you had to submit it. And then they were going to view it. Basically, you had to say why you love the Daily Grind and why you love the planner and what it's done for you. And I remember, and I had already been purchasing her products for well over a year. And so I just had to make a 3-minute video. It took me days and hours to film a 3-minute video. And I was so nervous doing it. I was talking so fast. And it just took me so long. I kept getting in front of the camera and I would freeze, and I would get in front of the camera and I'd freeze, or I'd stumble. Then I'd have to restart again because it's like 3 minutes. I didn't know anything about editing. I'm like, it's got to be 3 minutes and I've got to do it straight. And I remember back then, so this was a year ago, just trying to get 3 minutes out was so much effort. But I won. You know what? I will see. Okay, I think now I've never put in photographs into editing. I will try to do that because I have the photographs from like the Facebook page. I was one of the winners, and I remember feeling so encouraged, and I thought to myself, that video was atrocious. I mean, I wish I would have saved it, but honestly, I deleted it. I'm like, I don't ever want to see that video again. Now, kind of in hindsight, I'm wishing I would have saved it, because it would have been perfect to put up here if you're somebody who's been thinking of starting a YouTube channel, and so you could see that. And then even watch my first videos in this series, and hopefully you can see the progression. Now, I am just a fledgling. I have got so far to go, but I do feel more confident. I am learning to just move when the inspiration hits me. I'm learning, hopefully, how to look into the camera and connect to you. You know, these things take a lot of practice, but that's just it. Practice, practice, practice. First, you have to hit record, and then you've just got to practice. But then you will have to overcome, and I've got a lot of different videos on this about dealing with overwhelm and exhaustion, other people, just persevering, keep going, things I'm learning, and you will get there. So and then now back to the coaching program. So 2 months ago, I finally started my YouTube channel, and I almost didn't do it. At the beginning of this year, so I had been wanting to do this thing for 5 years. At the beginning of this year, month by month went by. Then April came. And I'm a Mel Robbins lover. You can find her on YouTube. She's an author. She's a speaker. She's amazing. She's incredible. She's a lawyer. She's has like one of the top 5 podcasts right now on the globe. She's about to launch her 3rd book called The Let Them Theory. I've already pre-ordered it. You can find her Let Them Theory video that launched last year that went viral. It is so good. So I've been a Mel Robbins fan forever. Well, every year she does a live coaching program. It is 6 months long of a coaching program. And this past year, at the beginning of 2024, actually it was in April. So January went by, February, March, April, no YouTube channel for me. I was putting it off again and again. Well, then Mel Robbins was prepping for the launch program. So she was advertising it on her YouTube channel and being like, where do you want to be in 6 months? It's April. 6 months down the road in October, what do you want? What do you want and what are you going to do to get it? And then she, so she just did these videos about like how you can learn to plan, to leverage yourself, to use science-backed tools to help you step into things that you want to do. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to take part of this coaching program. It was the first coaching program that I had ever paid for. It was like I think it was like $1,000 a month, or to start off with maybe a little over $1,000, or like $189 a month. I can't remember what. All I know is I paid $189 a month for 6 months. And I'm telling you, it was one of the best investments I ever did. I think, sometimes you can get a lot for free on YouTube, which I have done. I have learned so much off of YouTube for free, but there is something about when you really want to go to the next level and you invest in something that you might not ever have an opportunity to get, like just for free. It was one of the best investments that I made in myself, was to join that coaching program. But even though I was part of the program, I was like, I'm gonna, right in the beginning, they're like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I'm going to start the YouTube channel. And, so April into May, June, July, August, September, I still had not started the YouTube channel. We had been doing projects, daily trainings, journaling, all these science-backed tools, tips. I mean, it was just quite an incredible coaching program. But I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off for all the reasons. Daughter was getting married. I can't do this, can't do that, da-da-da-da-da. Well, then it got to September, and it was actually our third project in the launch program. And I was like, I'm going to start this YouTube channel. And that was what I did. So I actually put down in our community group that for my third project in the coaching program, I was finally going to launch my YouTube channel. Well, then I remembered I was going to have a Kybella treatment. I talk about this in one of my videos. I think it was the 30-day video challenge, my first one, 30-day videos. It was like one of my first few videos. I'm sitting on my couch, it's late at night. It was not the best lighting or the time or the angle, but I was just going for it. And I was like, you know what? Oh, shoot, that's right. I'm going to have this Kybella treatment. I cannot start my YouTube channel. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to pick another project. And I did. I ended up switching my project. But you know what? The coaching paid off because I just felt so guilty because I was putting off what I knew that God had put into my heart to do. And I got into the coaching program so I could finally launch my YouTube channel. And I was going to put it off again. And I was actually harming myself by not stepping into what God was continuing to put on my heart that I needed to do. And so I did. I had my Kybella treatment, and it was, in fact, that's why it was September 17th, because I had it the first week of September, and you get like really swollen, and it's to help like, they're fat injections that helps kind of deal with like your double chin area. And I was still swollen. And I finally just said, I've got to step into this channel no matter what I do. Like, I've just got to do it. I've just got to hit record. I just need to do it. And I did it. And the coaching program, so I began, like, my first video was hit record and then so on, right? Well, and then a few days, maybe about a week or so, 4 or 5 videos, 6 videos, somewhere in there. I can't remember where it was. The coaching program also took place because Mel Robbins said, if you want to get into social media, you need to build momentum. She's like 30 videos, 30 days. So I've been doing this Tony Robbins seminar called Unleash the Power. It's been incredible. And he talks a lot about immersion. And that's why his events are really like full on 12, 14 hours plus. You are going all out, all in, just full on. And it's such an immersive experience. But what it does is it like rewires your brain and it helps you to build momentum. And that was what the 30-day, 30 video challenge did for me. So I launched my channel officially, first by just hitting record and just doing those few videos. But then what really established it was entering into that 30-day, 30 video challenge. Then I picked a topic, because that was another thing, is I didn't even know how to start this thing. I'm like, I don't even know how to begin. How can I watch so much YouTube for years and I don't even know how to start my own channel? That makes no sense, right? So then I thought, well, why don't I just document myself actually getting in front of the camera and just share my experience, and just like I could come up with 30 ideas, I'm sure, of what I'm learning as a new YouTuber. And that's what I did. And I'm so glad that I did it, because it built momentum, it rewired me, and it got me set in motion to finally step into YouTube and to actually begin this process of stepping into this inner calling to be on YouTube, right? And so today for this Unleash the Power, there was a speaker. His name is Dean Graziosi. He is a business wizard. I don't really know how much about him, but I've seen him. And he came on in the event today to talk on business. But he said something that I thought was really powerful and so perfect for today's video was, you have to consider the cost of inaction. If you don't step into your YouTube calling, if I don't step into my YouTube calling again and again and again, what will be the cost of my inaction, right? Who will you not meet? Where will you not go? What will you miss out on? And who may miss out on you? You may have a gift to give somebody. We are souls just connecting. We're souls sharpening each other. I think what's really interesting about the human connection is you have one soul so unique, another soul so unique. And when they come together, they're going to create something unique because of the way they think, their interactions, their beliefs, everything. So every person, every soul you meet, it'll be just a little bit different. And if you're a parent, you know that to be true. I have 4 children. The youngest is 21, so I call them my offspring more than children. So I have 4 offspring. And I have 3 girls and I have a boy. And each of my children are very, very different. They're similar, and we're similar because we're of the same family culture, but they're each a little bit different. So when I, as their mom, have an interaction with each of them, it's just very, very different. And that's the way YouTube is, right? So cost of inaction, that's something. You know what? Okay, so another thing that's been really special about starting YouTube, and this was unexpected, because I thought not one single soul would watch any of my videos. And God has blessed me, honestly, with the most amazing, wonderful souls who have watched my videos. And I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to watch my videos, to connect with me and connect with me through my videos. And then so many of these wonderful folks, beautiful, beautiful souls, have left the most encouraging comments and have gifted me beautiful comments, encouraging comments, inspiring comments, loving and supportive comments. And I have been so blessed. That was an unexpected gift, because I really thought not one soul's gonna watch my videos. Nobody's gonna watch my video. My very first video, my hit record, I literally have no memory of doing it because I was absolutely terrified to do it. One wonderful, dear soul was my first subscriber and was like, okay, I'll go along this journey with you. I'm here, I'll subscribe. And oh, what a gift. And now that it's 2 months in, I have just got the most wonderful, wonderful human beings leaving comments in my comment section. And it's a gift. So if you are one of those dear people, thank you for your gift of your words. And honestly, it's opened my eyes up in a different way of, that is also a gift that I need to make sure that I give, because I do love to encourage and uplift. And, sometimes I'll watch videos and I won't leave a comment. And not that I think you have to leave a comment on every single video. If you want to, you can. You could definitely give a thumbs up. Because if you give a thumbs up, that's a way that you show support to the creator. Or sometimes even if I watch a video and maybe I'm not going to subscribe to someone, but I enjoyed the video, or I watched the video all the way through, or I got something from the video, I give the gift of a thumbs up. But the gift of words in the comment section, having this experience on the other side of YouTube has changed my perspective. And that as I have been blessed by just beautiful words and support and encouragement and wisdom from the dear souls in my comment section, I want to make sure I do the same. And that's something that I'm working on. And that was an unexpected gift. What's been another interesting thing too, now that I'm 2 months in, is stepping in front of the camera is a very different experience than being the viewer, as we know this. But it really brought my limiting beliefs front and center. It has made me have to face those limiting beliefs and push past them and learn to do something about them, which attending Unleash Her Power has, and doing the coaching program, I attended, it's actually Unleash Her Power / Unleash the Power. It's kind of two groups in one, which has been really cool. So the people who I'm connecting with on the Zoom are all the women that have been in Unleash Her Power, but we're attending the Unleash the Power with Tony Robbins. And, challenging, getting in front of the camera, and I think this is why a lot of people don't do it. It's why I didn't do it for 5 years, is because you do have to address your limiting beliefs. And then you have to do something about it. And I have a couple of videos, and honestly, they're rough. I really want to do the iceberg model proper justice. But if you go back into this playlist, I've got an iceberg model negative and an iceberg model positive. I also did an example of it in the You and I Are Not Too Old to Be on YouTube if you are a midlifer and beyond. And I think a lot of us feel that way, but I actually thought maybe I might be too old. I thought maybe I've missed the mark, or can I learn this? Am I going to be able to be savvy? And it's like, you'll learn. You'll learn through experience. So it has caused me to deal with my limiting beliefs, but I'm really glad, because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And the more that you step into discomfort, the stronger you will become. In fact, psychologists often will talk about that. Like if they have a client who is struggling with an issue, they will usually have them experience that issue so they can gain confidence that they're safe and okay, and that they can handle it and move through it. And then eventually that fear can go away. And I do have to say that stepping in front of YouTube, if you have those limiting beliefs like I did, doubts and insecurities and all the things, when you do make yourself step into it and then face those, address them and move on, and then you got to heal from them though. You've got to rewire your brain and change it. That way, like say if, like for me with my, my looks, I'm aware that I'm not a supermodel. That was one of my things, was it's okay, I'm not a supermodel. Or that I'm older. I have followed a lot of middle-aged and above women YouTubers, and they get ridiculed a lot for having wrinkles and being old or having gray hair. Like how dare they age and live a long life? Like how dare they? And I used to worry about that for myself. But you know what? You've got to be at peace with who you are. And I say, hey, the more middle-aged people, we are a force. We middle-agers are a force. You know what just came to my mind, actually? So I used to be part of this church. And they used to love to do all of these like competitions about twice a year, where you could kind of like, basically an opportunity to build the church. And I remember one year, for the competition, it's like, it's like an extra time where you can focus on bringing visitors to church, and they have like fun programs and like crazy events going on, and fun stuff. And if you're part of any Christian church culture, you'll know what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, this particular church that I was a part of once, they decided to divide the church into the women, into the men, and into the teenagers. Well, and I was made the leader of the women. And I'm like, we're going to crush it, right? Well, but the teenagers, oh, youthful zeal and energy. You have to appreciate the younger folks, because they do have a lot of zeal and energy. But the olders, we've got the wisdom. And that's why a church that has a balance of the young and old is really healthy, because you need both, right? Well, the teenagers were feeling their youthful power and energy, and I was like, God, we gotta crush them. It was a competition, and I'm telling you what, we women, we were organized, because I do know how to organize. We were organized, we were powerful, and we crushed the entire competition. So the more middle-aged, beautiful human souls that we get and beyond onto YouTube with our strength, and crush the people who are like, oh, what are you doing on YouTube? You're older, you have wrinkles, you have gray hair, whatever. Oh, shut up. Shut up. No. We're here. Thank you very much. But that was a limiting belief I had to crush. Iceberg model, I talk about that. Okay. You also will identify what you like and don't like once you begin your YouTube channel. And I've shared this in other videos too. For me, what I've really learned, what this experience of stepping into front of the camera has reminded me of how much I love to encourage, I love to share, I love to uplift. Like I was saying earlier, I want to be a friend. I want to be a comfort. I want to be a light for God. I don't know. I just want you to feel like I've been with a friend. And that's what I want my videos to do. And that's what I've discovered I really like doing that. And that's what I want. That's the intention and the boundary behind my videos. So I've learned what I like, and I've learned what I don't like. And I've learned that I like getting outside into my city and just recording stuff. I'm not going to be the most exciting vlogger. I don't have like this crazy life. It's just very average. But I'm going to take you along with me, and hopefully you'll enjoy hanging out. And that's what I like, and that's what I'm going to do. You know what? And also too, another thing that I have now at 2 months into my YouTube channel is peace. Because I just had that battle of wanting to start a YouTube channel and then not, wanting to do it, but then afraid to, wanting to do it and putting it off. I have peace because I'm doing it. Yes, that is awesome. High five for that. Yes, peace. Also too, it's challenged me. I've loved that. In 2 months in, it has challenged me. It continues to challenge me. I have had to persevere. I have had to overcome. I have had to put aside, just things that I thought were so, like even just pushing past Kybella. I'm about to have a nose surgery. I was going to put my channel off again because I knew I had this nose surgery coming up. You know what? I'm learning to work around it. I've got videos I've already recorded, so you might see some of my videos were done in November, and I'm going to have them kind of playing throughout December. I am going to document this, but I want to just make sure I honor myself and don't cause a lot of stress, but I want to keep my channel kind of active. So I'm going to have my Unleash Her Power go up, but I've got a couple of other vlogs and like different videos and things that, will just be going on in December while I'm recovering and convalescing and whatnot. Also, 2 months in, my channel is growing me for sure. I want to take classes. I really look forward to being healed. I look forward to next year, learning how to vlog better, learning to get better equipment. I need a proper computer. I only use my Android phone. That's it. And also I think the final thing that I'm gonna, I'll end this video with this, is I am learning to look at myself in a completely different way. I always loved being on the other side of the camera. I never liked the sound of my voice. And I have seen so much of myself now through the editing process, and I have listened to myself talk a lot, way more than I've never looked at myself like this ever before. And it's actually been a really cool experience. And being on the other side of YouTube, you've got to learn to be gentle on yourself and love yourself, and then root for yourself and be like, hey, wow, she's really, Jennifer, she's really stepping out of her comfort zone. She is stepping into her calling, and she wants to be a blessing, and I'm proud of her. And looking at myself in this different way has been very therapeutic. And I'm not annoyed by the sound of my voice anymore. I'm like, okay, that's the way I like it. It's not grating. You know how sometimes it can be grating when you hear yourself when you're not used to hearing yourself in a recording, and you're like, oh, is that what I sound like? I don't feel that way anymore. And it is really, really cool. So I am going to end this video. I'm probably over my time. Oh, I might be. Oh, yes, I am, because we've been going 36 minutes. I've got to get back to my seminar. But anyway, if you're thinking about stepping into your YouTube channel, it's never too late. Or if you started a YouTube channel and you've paused and you've kind of lost your way, if any of my videos in this series can be an encouragement, go back and watch them. But you can do it. And this has been my 2-month experience, and it's been amazing. So this is my personal phone, and there's a messenger bubble, so I'm just moving that so I can stop the video. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.